What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rustomod. We are back in the shop and we are going to work on our C60 pickup truck this episode, and we're starting to finalize some of the major components to try to get this thing running. So if you guys aren't familiar with this project, I'll link all the playlists of the build series right here, but I'll give you a rundown of what we've done so far. So we started out with a 1966 Chevy C10, and it was actually an old dump truck on a farm. I picked the thing up and I wanted to try to make that a driver, but unfortunately it was just gonna take a ton of money and effort to be able to get the original C60 back on the road. So what we did was we actually snagged a cheap Silverado, yanked the cab off the Silverado, and we put the old C60 cab on that newer Silverado chassis. So far we've got the cab officially mounted to the chassis. We had to notch some of the Silverado chassis to be able to get it to fit right. And in the last episode, we've knocked out our bracing of our front frame, and we figured out our brakes and our steering. So the next step that we will have to do is I want to try to dress up the engine bay some, and we're going to try to paint the entire engine bay, and we're going to try to dress it up a little bit. But we have to try to get our inner fenders and our front clip back on so we can see how all that stuff is going to line up. So let's get to it. All right, so I have my front clip of the C60 right here, and I've been trying to go back and forth to see what I wanted to do with the inner fenders. Now, the reason I want to use the inner fenders is because it has the hood hinges on them, and I know you can buy some things and you can actually mount the hood hinge on the cowl and everything. I didn't really want to do that on this truck because I don't think it's necessary, and I kind of want to run some inner fenders because if I don't, it's just going to get filled with dirt and grime and everything, because I want to drive this thing on the road and take some long road trips with it and not really have to worry about it. So unfortunately, these inner fenders will look like they're going to be pretty tight, and I'm probably going to have to cut a lot of it out for it to work on the new Silverado chassis. Once I get those things trimmed up, I'm going to go ahead and paint these black, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to clean up the firewall, get the firewall painted black as well, and then we can go and reassemble our front clip, and that should be it for the engine bay. Basically, I'm gonna have to trim out this entire bottom half, basically where this bend kicks down here, because if you remember, we trimmed out the front of the frame so that way the core support can sit on top here, and the core support sits right here. That inner fender actually bolts all the way down here, so it's gonna hit our inner frame down here at the bottom. So what we're gonna do is actually trim it up to here probably, and that way it can sit right on top of our new frame that we're gonna use. All right, well, a lot of trimming and cutting later, we have the inner fenders installed. Now, there might be some more cutting to come. You can see down here on the frame, it's kind of coming in contact with the brake lines and stuff, so I might have to trim a little bit more. But we got a rough idea, and at least it fits on there, so we can put these back on the front clip, and then when we put the front clip on, it should be pretty much clear of everything. We can try to see where we're going to mount all the factory wiring and stuff, and then we can try to figure out where we're going to mount our airbox and all that kind of cool stuff that we can still do on this. So now what I want to do is I want to try to paint these black, so that way you don't really see them as much. They're kind of look a little bit nicer than just kind of rusted. So I want to paint those black, and then we're going to try to scuff up our firewall, try to get all this surface rust and scaly stuff off of there, and try to paint that as well to try to tie it in and make it look a little bit nicer. All right, guys, well, it snowed, so all the cars are in the shop and I have no room in here to do anything. So we actually got the front fenders trimmed out so that way we can get that back on the front clip. So I brought those to the big shop, and since I don't have any room in here, I went ahead and painted those there. So that way I don't get paint all over everything. I do want to get this front clip back on the car, so I want to try to get this Firewall painted, but it's super cold in here, so hopefully we can get this thing painted and it'll dry because it's freezing cold in here. Now the paint that we're going to be using is the blackout paint from Sweet Patina. I poured it into this jug here to make it a little bit easier, but this stuff works awesome. You've seen us use it before on the Nova, so I want to try to use it on the Firewall on this car. It's nice because it's really thick and it'll kind of cover up all this pitting and everything on the Firewall. But first, let me scuff it down real quick and then we can go ahead and throw on our first coat of paint. Well, the Sweet Patina blackout paint is on there and it's drying. I really like this stuff because if your Firewall isn't completely perfect, this will just make it look a lot better. Like this Firewall was pretty rusted and just a lot of pitting and stuff. This stuff is thick and it just coats it right on there and it's pretty awesome. But if you guys are interested in any Sweet Patina products that we have on the channel, I have a discount code linked below. Go check them out if you guys are building something similar to the C60. They also sell a bunch of high quality paints and stuff like we used on the Rambler build. So definitely go check them out. It's a really great company to work with. They are awesome guys over there. All right, well, I'm back. I grabbed the two inner fenders that I painted yesterday at the shop, and the Firewall is almost dry to the touch. So I'm kind of surprised this stuff dried pretty quick with it being so cold outside. So that's good. So we can go ahead and try to put those back in. And then we just got a few more things left to do, and then we can go ahead and throw the front end back on the truck. All right, guys, it's a new day, so we are going to try to put the front clip back on the truck. So you can see I got the inner fenders painted behind me. I got the Firewall painted. So the last thing I need to do is try to fit up the steering column and the brake booster, and that should be the last difficult thing to reach with the steering column on the car. So I'm gonna figure out those two things, bolt them up real quick, and then Patrick is on his way over to help me lift this, so that way we can put it on the C60. Okay, so now that I got the steering column in place, I want to try to put this Firewall bracket up on here so that way it kind of holds it up in place. But the problem is this is for a C10 and I figured it would be the same. Maybe some spot on the Firewall would have these holes in it, but it doesn't. So I'm going to just probably trim it and make it work. But basically what I'm trying to accomplish here is trying to lift this up as high as I can so it comes off the frame down there and we shouldn't have a problem. So I'm going to mark it up here, trim this, and then drill a hole for this to mount, and then probably 2 extra holes down here. So that way I can get this mounted and we can have our Firewall mount. All right, well, we made that little bracket work, so I have to tighten it up. I'm by myself, so I need somebody to hold one end of the bolt, but I can get that when Patrick gets here. So the steering column is officially mounted. All the brackets are done. I'm gonna try to paint that so it looks a little bit better, but for now, I'm going to try to put the brakes on because this is probably not going to be the last time that the front clip is going to be mounted to the car. Let's try to get those brake booster spacer brackets in there, and then we should be able to mount the front end.
All right, well, it looks like 4 spacers are going to work because it's about a 1/2 inch away, but it looks like that bottoms out on the spacer bracket, which is what we want. This will give it a little bit more support on the firewall. So now when Patrick comes, I'll get him to hold this up. I can tighten it down and we can just put all this stuff back together. And that should be it. All right, so Patrick helped me. We threw on the booster again, so I just got to tighten that down, but at least the bolts are started in there. The steering column worked out really good, so you can see why I waited to put this on there, because I have to drill these 3 holes in there to be able to get that mounted. So steering column is done. I did order a new steering column for this, so I'm waiting on that, but it should be the same exact column. It's just going to be shorter inside where the dash is, so that we can put in a little bit later, but I should be able to access all this stuff once we get the front clip on there. So everything is kind of tidied up here. So now we are just getting ready to throw on the front clip and see how everything lines up.
Wanted to jump in here real quick to tell you guys about our new website that we have, that we're selling t-shirts, stickers, hats, flags, bunch of kind of merch to support the channel. So if you guys love the C60 build or any of the other builds we have in the shop, make sure you go check out our new merch store so you guys can pick up some t-shirts and stuff to help support the channel. All right guys, back to the video.
All right, so we got the front clip on with the inner fenders. I think it looks a lot better, a lot more cleaner. Now I want to try to get the hood back on it because I want to see if these hood hinges are going to work out with the front clip. Now remember, we did trim a ton out of the inner fender, so that's what I want to test out to make sure we still have rigidity with the hood hinge, but it looks like it's pretty sturdy. So we're going to throw the hood on real quick and the front end should be back on. Then we could try to make our front core support mount.
You know, that's the last 10 inches. Or taller.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bumper is like the perfect lead.
Yeah, it really ties it in.
All right, big thanks to Patrick for helping me put the front end back on. This would have sucked trying to do it by myself, but I am really happy with the way this truck is turning out. The front end just really makes it look awesome, and the bumper fits absolutely perfect. Unfortunately, I did knock the bumper off and it broke that fog light, so I'm gonna try to look for a replacement one of those. The hood we ended up getting mounted on there. It needs a little bit of adjusting, but boom, there is our engine bay. And it looks so good, guys. I think this thing looks almost factory. With the Silverado brake booster, we have our heater box over here. Our ECU can mount right on the fender well there. Everything is just coming along really awesome, and I'm really happy with the way this project is going. I'm gonna go ahead and drill that hole for the front core support, and our front end should be officially mounted to the chassis. We got the front end on. I got the radiator back in, and I drilled a hole in that bar that we welded in the front end, and I bolted that down. So the front end is officially mounted onto the chassis. The last thing that we have to do is mount the bumper. So the bumper keeps falling off. I'm tired of knocking it off. So I'm just gonna make the top bracket for the bumper, so that way I know this thing is in the right spot and it's not going to move, and then we can go back and try to brace it up. I want to try to grab these 2 front holes on the bumper to make sure that this thing is not going anywhere, but just for now I'm going to use these top holes, make a bracket right off the top of the frame there, and mount the bumper. And that should be the last thing that we have to mount on the chassis. So after this video, the entire truck should be mounted onto the chassis except for the bed, and you guys will have to wait for a future episode to see what we're gonna do with the bed. Let's get to this bumper bracket and knock this thing out. right, so what I'm gonna do is I have my brackets here and I'm just going to line this up on the top of the frame. I'm going to tack that into place and then I'm gonna mark the holes that I need to drill into the bracket. Once I get that all dialed in, I'm gonna weld the rest of the bracket in and then I can throw some rib nuts in there and then we can bolt through those 2 top holes on the top of the bumper. I think I got it pretty straight. If you can see, the bow tie lined up with those 2 holes is kind of what I'm going off of. And from the bumper to the edge of the grill, I'm trying to get a 1/2 inch gap in there on both sides. So I'm pretty close. I think that's gonna be as close as I can get what I got here. So I'm gonna mark these holes and then take the bumper off, finish welding this, drill out the holes, put the rib nuts in there, and it should be done. Alright guys, well that was kind of a little bit of a struggle. I really should have drilled the holes before I welded it to the frame because I couldn't really get my drill at the right angle to get them, but I got it on there. So the rib nuts are in there, it's bolted down, it's pretty strong. So I am going to make some more brackets coming off the side and probably brace up the bracket that I just put in there. But for now it's fine. I just want to make sure the bumper's in the right spot and it's not going anywhere. I have it measured exactly where I want it. So the bumper is officially mounted to the chassis and we can try to tweak it a little bit more once we go. But for now, that is it on this episode for the C60. We got a ton of stuff done. I'm really happy with the progress of this. We got all the stuff mounted to the chassis, which is my goal for this episode, and I think it's coming along really good. So it's cold. I'm going inside. I'm calling it on this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the episodes we have here on Rustomod. Also, check out our patina party. If you guys want to see the C60 and all the other builds in person, come to our show August 10th at Maryland International Raceway. I always put up the information at the end of every video, so you guys can check that out. We love to see you guys, meet you guys in person, and see your awesome hot rods. So that's going to do it for this episode. We'll see you guys on the next one.